Welcome to the Sunshine Study. It's joyous to be with you. I'm Dr. Rebecca, the Lifejoy coach and author, and today I thought we'd talk about awe. Can you live in a state of awe? Now, that isn't toxic positivity, it isn't blind optimism, it isn't thinking everything would be all right if we bury our heads under the sand, but living in awe is a state of grace, and I think it needs unpacking, unraveling, but also holding up. So I often talk to clients about having a word, maybe a 3-letter word, that fits just them, and then applying it when life is challenging, when life is wonderful, and when life is lovely and normal, right in the middle, a little bit boring, a little bit ordinary, full of abundant blessings that we often overlook. So awe was one of the acronyms that I gave to one of my clients, and it stands for awareness, wonder, enact. So first of all, lots of us think awe means we have to go and stand on the top of a mountain, we have to canoe across a lake, we have to do great feats or see great things to be in a state of awe. I think we can do that, but if we have restrictions, if we have illness, if we have difficulties of any sort, the way to live in a state of awe and gracious grace is to look at the tiny treasures. I'm a big fan of counting our blessings and then trying to be a blessing to other people. And the way to build the foundation of that is to have quiet moments of bliss throughout the day. And when I talk about moments of bliss, this came about because I had best part of 20 years very severely ill, often housebound, a lot of the time in the same bedroom, very, very unwell. And it meant that I had to take comfort and success and worth from the smallest of things. And when you struggle to get to the shower, you realise how wonderful it is to take care of yourself. When you struggle to eat or tolerate food, you realise how lovely a drink of water is. So I have low levels of gratitude, but they are rich and deep. So I would suggest that you start living in awe the other way around. Go through every part of your day and think, oh, isn't that wonderful? I mean, even the bad bits, because the bad bits have lessons in them. And often lessons can then become blessings. So start to think about how your day has run. You've woken up, you've breathed, you've probably swallowed comfortably, you've probably eaten. Have you got dressed, washed, fed, bathed, showered, interacted with people, used tech, thanked God, counted your blessings, put on good clean clothes, had somewhere to go, something to do, been paid for it, made progress, learned something, enjoyed something, contributed something, seen something, heard something, felt something. There are thousands of blessings in every day that we always, often, easily overlook. So one of the things that I try and do is think, oh, a new day. And I've had thousands of mornings which were weighted down by very heavy demands, tragedies, difficulties, sadnesses, restrictions. But somewhere I kept trying to say, oh, a new start, a new morning, a new day. We made it through the night. So that's the basis of awe, tiny treasures in everyday life. A leaf, a petal, a puppy, a flower, anything that grows or is green or is beautiful is just wonderful. And then the connections that we have with each other, our relationships, a wave to a stranger, a kind word, a wonderful professional, all these are tiny treasures of everyday life. Now, how do you live in that state? Well, that's a practice and you've got to work at it. Work takes effort, takes habit, but just start today. Find some tiny treasures. And there's a lot of talk about gratitude journals, which I think are wonderful. But think about filling them, not just that you had a big promotion at work or you got this thing or did that. It's the small things. I had a lovely shower. I had a peaceful meal. I had a good pillow, a warm duvet. I had a hug. So that's a very good foundation. So how do we live in awe and be aware, wonder, and enact? Well, I like the thought of being aware of how we are thinking. So first of all, we're thinking about our day, our week, our lives, but we're aware of how measured is that thinking? How reasonable is it? Is there an inner critic in there, how you speak to yourself, that's very pernicious, criticising you, bullying you, denigrating you? Or do you have a quiet voice that's lovely to you and everybody else? Or are you somewhere in the middle, or do you go all over the shop? So think about that. Be aware of your feelings on top of your thinking. What is this here to teach me? What is this here to show me? Oh, that's interesting. These are nice statements that we can use instead of being critical. So being aware of our thoughts and our feelings, and then being aware of our words and our deeds. Now, I could do 10 videos on each of these topics, but this is just a start to help you to live in awe. And that is a mighty coping strategy when life is difficult. So think about what you are thinking, what you are saying, and what you are doing. It's like a pyramid, baseline, smaller, peak. Then that's your awareness. And also observe people, their patterns, their behavior, their conversations, as if you weren't there. And I love this. It's called metacognition. If you can think about your own thinking quietly, without judgment, but just observe. It's a mighty, mighty power. So that's the foundations of being aware. Has this come up before? Has this happened before? Do we need to think about something else? And then wonder. Now, I love the concept of wonder. It's wonderful. It's wondrous. Isn't the world a magnificent place? But we can also wonder and question. So when we're questioning things, is this sensible? Is this wise? What is the next right move? In Lifejoy philosophy, I call these quality questions. And the real mainstay of our good life is based on wise thinking. And when we think wisely, we question ourselves. Not in a negative way, but in a way that we can say, what am I doing to make this a little bit better? What am I doing to make this a bit less bad? That's a very powerful question. And then finally, I always say, what am I putting off that I know I should do? So that's wondering. Wondering, is it measured? Is it reasonable? Is it wise? Is it daft? Should I pause? Should I think back? So wonder about something, question it, but question it with kind tone. And then finally, enact something. Either do something better, something differently, something more, something less. But we can't make change and we can't live in a constant state of awe unless we are willing to just do incremental improvements or even gargantuan changes or somewhere in between. So living in a state of awe is not something that's only for rich, wealthy, happy, healthy people who can travel and see the wonders of the world. We are the wonders of our own world. Remember that. And remember that your thinking drives your words and it drives your deeds. And as soon as you get hold of that concept, life joy and the joys of life become much more possible, much more common for you, and much more rich. So I hope that's helped. Please like and subscribe. It's joyous to be with you. If you'd like to join my free email newsletter, have a look at my website, which is drrebecca.org.uk. And I have a lovely Facebook group called Lifejoy Learning with Dr. Rebecca. So come and join us there. It is a sanctuary for good souls. It's full of lovely people and we have lots of fun, lots of joy. We have a realism about us too because we know that life can be bumpy. So there's great solidarity, support and, just full of lovely people. So my friends, go safely, go gently, enact things wisely. So be bold, but be cautious, be wise, be risk averse sometimes, but also take wise risks. If you want to tell somebody something, tell them politely, gently, consistently. Think about what you're doing and doing it always with grace and awe. Take care, God bless, be safe.